I've got a customer who's got a pull type BBI from Salford spreader, and he had a Green Star rate controller put on this quite a few years back when he got it. You can see right there, and he pulls it behind a fendt. He's got a fendt that's Green Star readied, has been running good for lots of years. It's a setup he likes, but today it's not being a friendly rig because it's not spreading. He called me on Friday, I think, or Saturday, something like that, and the belt that runs the fertilizer out of the back of this machine will not rotate. So here are his main run pages. He runs a scale over here, the dry spinner, some of it's there, some of it's there. Now with these dry spinners, there's a button here where you can prime the system by pushing it, and what priming is you push that button, the belt should move, so when you put a full load on, when it goes from completely empty to completely loaded, you can bump that belt and get the fertilizer back by the spinners. He said he tried priming it the other day and he was not able to get it to run. So we're going to come over to this guy. It does show that it's set up. It does show that it's got a fast close valve with a calibration number, which that fast close valve, that's what's going to run the belt. And actually, if we look back here, that black valve with the red spinner on it, that's what controls the belt. So I have a sneaky suspicion it has something to do with that, but we're going to verify that right now. I can test this without the machine actually running because I should be able to physically hear or see that valve try to turn, even when we're sitting stationary with no hydraulics on. So I'm going to try and see what we got there. So I'm going to go to diagnostics. We've got a test tab over here. Let's hit that drop down, and I'm going to do, technically let's just do a bin cleanup, because all that's going to do is when I push the start button, it should let the bin run. So when I hit start, we should hear that valve turn. Nothing's turning. So we've either got a bad valve or bad wiring leading to it, so that's the next thing we got to figure out. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull this off. Now Darren said he had this apart earlier and was not able to get anything to rotate. Oop, don't do that, Donnie. Jeepers Martha. All it is a hex shaft inside, and then this assembly is what marries the two together. You've got a keyed kind of insert that goes down inside, and when it quit working the other day, he said it actually stayed running, like the valve actually stuck partially open and wouldn't close itself, so he had to take this off, physically shut the valve, which you can see I can open it and I can close it. We're gonna have to realign that when it's all said and done, now that I screwed that up. Nice going, Dylan. Regardless though, still comes back to this thing wasn't moving, so even I have the thing off and I should be able to push plus and minus and nothing happens. So let's pop this guy off. Fortunately, it's got a wiring schematic right here on it, so our red wire should be open, positive. Black wire is open, minus. Oh, well, it's just polarity. Never mind, that's not a wiring schematic. But we got an ABC. Shouldn't be hard to look up what's supposed to do what. So I chase this back a little bit, and actually I only need to focus on the red and black wires because that leads into this harness, which then goes right here. So that white wire is actually useless to us. So that would tell me I would think, be able to poke into our red and black and get continuity of some description. So right now I'm at 0 volts, 0. So for giggles, made my own ground, I guess, to jump up into the cab and see if that reading changes now as I command it open or close, because that is going to tell me if we just have a loose connection somewhere, if the valve is bad. Yeah, it's going to help narrow down a lot of stuff. I'm going to hit start, plus button, opening, I got 0 volts, closing, I have 0 volts. So that never wiggled during the push. So now I'm more concerned of a wiring problem because that valve should have gotten some sort of power here off of this guy and nothing happened. So now we get to chase wires back down into there to try and figure out why we're not getting power. So we've chased it from there to this harness here. I've got the wire. You can see it wiggling there. So this is our guy. So this comes directly back into the Green Star connector. Oh, I guess let's pop this apart and see if we see anything cool on the inside. So that's looking okay. The other thing I'm gonna do real quick, just because I'm here, is I'm gonna check connectivity. Make sure that things are ohming out, so it'll tell me if it's a wiring problem on this harness or not. So right now I'm connected into the black wire up yonder. I'm set to ohms, so I'm just gonna start poking around and see if any of these wires react when I touch it. Oh, okay, I've got connectivity there. So that guy right there, reading goes from 1 to 0. That's a good thing. That means there's little to no resistance in the wire. The black side is good, so now let's go to the red side. And I'm good on that side. So I should back up because the reason I'm doing all this is because the customer said he tested the valve and he was able to get the valve to open and close by himself. At this point, I kind of want to see if I can get it to open and close by itself because something's just still not quite adding up here. The wiring all looks good. I guess the only other thing would be checking to see what commands when it opens and closes, but I already did that when everything was disconnected. Check the valve, or check more wiring I guess is next, but I kind of want to rule out the valve. So to test the valve, I removed the jumper harness completely off here. I got a Milwaukee 12 volt battery so I can get 12 volts onto it. So I'm going to just poke this thing, see if it turns. So you're going to switch it. Valve turns that direction, so now I should switch my polarity. Valve works, unfortunately. So we're back to wiring at this point, or commands coming from the dry rate controller. Either way, let's keep going. So looking at our connectors, this is the Green Star side, this is the spreader side. These are how it plugs in. So up here we have pin 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are the two that run conveyor belt. So everything on this side we've ohm tested is good. So now we're going to go from this guy and we want to see what powers come out from here. So we're going to check pin 4 and pin 5, see if we get any power when we try to engage it. So since I'm by myself, we're going to prop that up here. I'm actually going to use the camera to watch this and see what I got for volts. Plus sign. Minus. So checking out voltages. Everything is still not sending through, so we got one more wiring harness to check. And naturally, I forgot to turn on the camera to show troubleshooting that last wire harness, but regardless, we ohmed both ends and the wire harness checked out in a positive state. There was nothing wrong with that wire harness. And that was the last one to check. We've confirmed all the harnessing is good. So the controller, it's not sending out information to move that thing. So unfortunately that thing is bad. I'm not going to be able to run this till we get a new one, which is going to be a couple of days because we have to order one in. We don't have one in stock. But either way, we're gonna get that here and we will come back to you when we have the new controller. So even more update now. Talk to the customer. He can't wait to get a rate controller, which I get. So we don't have one in stock. We've got one on order. It's not gonna show up till the 8th. I called the neighboring dealer across the river. They also don't have any in stock. They would have to order them as well. So that's out. But I might have a machine up in Chippewa Falls that has the same controller on it, so we might do a little bit of borrowing Peter to pay Paul for a week to try and get him up and going today, so that he can get this load spread out, and then this trailer behind me is completely loaded too. So We're waiting for a call back from Nick, our salesman up there, and if it's got it, we're gonna go grab it. So the salesman got back to me. That spreader he got on his lot, it does have a good rate controller on it. So we're here to get it. That one. And it's under that mud flap. Hopefully we don't have too many problems getting it off, because yeah, she's a little crusty. If I gotta break them off, that's what's gonna happen. Just rounding off. It's at least it's turning, I guess, but what a pain. Yeesh. This is definitely getting new hardware when we come back. We found this one on. No. Oh, maybe. Okay. Clamp these. Round son of a. I'm gonna go see if I can find a die grinder. Mini sawzall or something. So I went up to the shop. We got the tool to get the job done now. So let's finish this. I forgot to turn the camera on, but surprisingly that one came out easy. The other one, whatever I did to that one came out easy too. So at least we got everything apart. Now we're gonna clean up the tools and head south again. So I am back down by Arcadia now, and we're just gonna plug in the rate controller. We're going to. I've already plugged the rate controller in on the machine, and we're just gonna test it, verify it, make sure the things work before we start buttoning stuff up. So you can see here is the controller that we pulled off that spreader up in Chippewa. The other one's still mounted in its location. So everything's hooked up wiring wise. We're gonna jump up, and if this works correctly, this is gonna go ahead and rotate, open and close when we command it to in that test page again. There's our test page open. I'm also gonna pop this open. And turn that off. Now let's listen. I'm going to push this button. Listen and watch. Ha! Minus. Boom! That's what we needed. My hunch was correct. I am happy that's what it was. Well, I'm not happy that's what it was, but hey, we get to the problem. I'm always happy about that. So I'm going to shut that off. So now the other thing I should be able to do is if I go back to here, I should be able to charge our bin. That thing should bump open. Aha! Woo! Like I know what I'm doing. So he's got a brand new one ordered. It's gonna be here middle of next week, and we'll put that on. But in the meantime, we're gonna mount that guy up. We're gonna pull the old one off, which is underneath here, so that he can run, spread his fertilizer for the next couple of days. When the brand new one comes, we're gonna go ahead and put the new one on here, pull that old one off, run it back up to Chippewa, put it on its new, or back on the chassis it was on, and it'll be like this never happened. Now she's secured down. We shouldn't lose anything anywhere. That was hanging there. I'm gonna there. Okay. So the hard part is done. I'm gonna jump up in the cab. We're gonna put the presets back in from this controller, because every controller has different calibrations for the fast valve, for the gate openings, that sort of thing. So I took pictures off of his old controller, and we're gonna throw them in the monitor now, so it'll be like this never happened. The only other thing I need him to be here to help me with is that a realignment of this valve, because I was in here and I twisted this around a little bit. I don't know if we're at true closed position or not, compared to where this is. So really we need to align down here the actual swash plate or butterfly valve or whatever is in here that actually closes it. We need to align it with this so that when it's open, it's open, it's closed, it's closed. Right now it could potentially be off, where when I kick the hydraulic on, it may run product right away down that belt there. But we'll see what happens when I get everything punched in. We'll bump it for giggles and see if it tries to wander on us. So we're all buttoned up. He's gonna pull out and we're gonna back up to the cornfield here.
Dylan, what I do, I just let it run and then you turn it until it stops.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, you should be able to do a bin purge now and...
Okay.
That'll work. So everything works, it appears to be for now. He's gonna head to the field, and if he has any problems, he'll give me a call. But otherwise, controller swap was the issue. Unfortunately, that guy is junk. Thank you so much for watching again. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you liked what you saw. Hope you guys have a good day. We'll see you on the next one.